This is where I'm staying, and it's really cool. It's a massive yard, massive property. It translates, the name of the building translates into House of Hunter, so Hunter's House. So usually what would happen is that people that want to go hunting would come here and then sleep here at night. But turns out, so there's actually, I think there's 7 or 8 rooms inside that different people can go into. But it turns out that I'm the only person renting a room this weekend. So it's actually, the whole place is mine, including the dog. Now, they just dropped off a bike for me to ride around, and this dog came as well. He doesn't like him, he's going to go off for a wander. So yeah, this whole impressive garden. I'll just take you for a quick walk around the back first before we go in. There's several cabins. So in here, in this major building here, is like literally 7 bedrooms and a couple of bathrooms and a kitchen to share. So you can see it's really significant, incredibly well landscaped. This is all nice, brand new, very modern cabins. Purpose built, of course, for holidays, as I just said. Out here as well. Speaking of well, that's a water well just there, by the way. And further down here as well, incredibly well landscaped, really quite beautiful. Another couple of cabins for different purposes. Also cooking area down here as well. I'll quickly wander down. And just a whole lot of yard. A couple of horses in the background there. I hope you can see them. In there somewhere. There's a horse there. It's a pretty chilled out. It's a damn big property, and it's all mine. It's so weird. Like, I'm here alone. It's so weird. My friend will come and visit me. We'll have a barbecue tonight, but it's kind of weird to have this massive property to myself. So that's the back side of the house I'm staying in. I think there was 3 bedrooms on the bottom, 4 bedrooms on the top, and it's really quite impressive. So let's go inside now, and I'll quickly show you what it looks like. I have no idea how much this will be worth. I do know that houses in this town go for around maybe $10,000 to $15,000, and that's ones that are hooked up to the gas, hooked up to water, not in desperate need of repair. And if you want to get a house in this town for actually with no gas, no water hooked up, it's only like $1,000 or $2,000. And the houses will be functional otherwise. Of course, it becomes a real pain in the ass because you got to obviously burn a lot of wood to keep the place warm. Let's go inside. Oh, a little bit dark. Alright, so we've got like the living room here, eating room, 1 bedroom here, another couple of bedrooms. You can see in here quite a sizable dining. A nice pig there. Storage, bathroom, not too exciting. With shower, a little bit of a kitchen, common kitchen, or usually common, but not today. It's all mine. These steps, oh my goodness. I'm not sure if you can tell how steep these are, but these are steep. These are really steep. I feel like midgets lived here. Alright. So up here, I think there's 4 bedrooms. Let me double check that. She just said pick which one you want. Oh, there's a bathroom down there. Is that another? No, just bathroom. Another bedroom. And this will be my room here. Yeah, good size bed. It's nice furniture. And a nice little kind of fenced in here, little living area out here. Nice little sunroom, and looking back out over what appears to be more potato plantation. So really nice. This place cost only 30 rubles a night. This is where it got tricky. So it cost almost, I'll turn back around and look at you. So this place costs 30 rubles a night, which works out to be around $11 US. But there's some rule, because I'm a foreigner, they have to drop a contract, so there's some weird bureaucracy stuff going on. So I had to pay 70, which is around maybe $27 per night. But look what I've got. Oh my God, it's a mansion with the amount of land. I mean, I don't need it, but It's kind of crazy coming from Minsk where things aren't super cheap. Coming down here and it's like, wow, I get this absolute mansion, fortress, manor thing to live in, which is really, really nice. Yes, it's only 70 rubles a night. I want to emphasize that this is made for hunters. That's the niche here. The niche is for hunters to come here. So groups of men, maybe a family or a couple of families. They've got their, whatever it is, 6 or 7 bedrooms. And you got this kind of stuff sprinkled everywhere. Look at that ugly bastard. So you got this, just random pictures here. Mooses, plural, in the winter. Zimoy. So there's some mooses there. This ugly pig head. Really? Freaking hell. That's big too, yeah? This is big. Like that nose is like the palm of my hand, you know? Big hairy bastard. And got a little rabbit here. It says morning. Not sure what this word is. Oh, this would be a gymnastica. So this would be morning gymnastics. Yeah, there you go with a little bunny there. And another friggin' pig head. Look at this bastard. That is a big, ugly head. Like, just to try and give you an idea of how big it is, right? That's my hand. So these are sprinkled throughout the place. And a lot of these kind of paintings here. So that's that pig head that we just saw, boar head or whatever it is, with various animals running around the forest. A bit more there with the medved, bear, and volky, wolves. Into the main kind of dining area. Again, there's a few more heads in here, so I'll just show you. There's this deer skull here. Again, this is quite big, quite a big size. A couple of token female kind of semi-nudie paintings or something. A few more paintings, similar things again. It's a pig. Pig going. So svinka, idiot, nah. I don't know what this word is, but pig going on the, and that's not snow and that's not ice, so I don't know what this means. And another animal head. Look at this. Jeez, it's big. So they're pretty serious about their hunting here. As I say, I thought it was 7 or 8 bedrooms at the start. I think it's just 1, 2. Yes, two bathrooms, 6 bedrooms. Oh, that's probably a bedroom there as well. Sorry, 7 bedrooms. 7 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. And this is where you can eat the meat on the dining table here. The question becomes, how much could you buy this for, right? So I would say this place is around 50 by maybe 150 meters. Bit more maybe, maybe 60 by 200, kind of in that range. So around, it's at 10,000 square meters. Oh my goodness. I don't know what that is in acres and hectares. I'm sorry, I just don't speak that language, but you've seen the house here. You can see the house, 2 levels, 7 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, dining room, 2 spare rooms, kitchen, and modern. These massive, beautifully landscaped gardens as well. Some of these old trees. Let me turn you around here so you can see. These kind of old, beautiful trees here. This oak tree here, this one's got some age about it. It's been there for a couple of centuries probably. So you've got this big structure here, and then you go down and you've got this massive dining room here. This is a big dining hall. That's a banya, by the way. This is a little sauna here. That's a well for water. That little one down there is a toilet. And then you've got a third structure, which I just showed you. I'm about to show you how the edges work on it. So how it works here, what you're probably used to, right? When you're valuing a property or land or whatever, if you're in the West, right? And it says the table in there's got seating for about 40. Massive eating room in there, a couple of verandas here, veranda here. That's a banya in there, Russian sauna thing. If you've like valued houses or bought houses in the West, your mindset is, I want land. Because you have a supply and demand issue, right? If you're in an Australian, American, Canadian, English, whatever larger city, you got supply and demand issues. Right? Demand keeps increasing, the ability to borrow keeps increasing, incomes keep increasing. So the land is a scarce resource, right? So you're thinking about land. Whenever you're buying something in one of these big Western cities, you're thinking about land. The building value is often not particularly consequential, right? You're looking at potential for development to create value. Now here, entirely different. Here the land is worth effectively nothing. Because remember what's across the road from me, it's just potatoes, mate. That's it. I don't even know what's next door here. Apparently nothing. Over here it's some bloke with his roosters. You know what I mean? This land is worth nothing. Out front there's not even a sealed road, right? So this land is literally probably worth $1,000. Not even. Because in this town, okay, there's 3,000 people, but how many empty houses are there? There's a lot of empty houses. They're just abandoned. And the population is shrinking really, really quickly, right? So the demand for land is much less than supply. So the land becomes basically valueless. It's only what you can do on it. And you'll see in another video, my friend's grandma's house, the next door neighbor, the babushka, the grandmother died. So the sons have just, instead of selling it, because no one's going to buy it anyway, instead of trying to sell it or live there or whatever, they've just made all the spare garden area to be like raspberry plantations. And they're going to get a better yield off doing that than anything else. So that's kind of how it works. I mean, when you're transferring residential land into farmland, you know you've got a real valuation problem, right? I mean, that's absolutely true. So here, you're actually buying really just these houses. That's actually the value. The value is in the buildings. So it's the opposite to what you're probably used to thinking about when buying land or property in the West. So my friend estimated that this place is worth about $50,000. Could you imagine? Look how deep that goes down there. I haven't even been down there. I don't even know what's down there. It'll take me 5 minutes just to get to the back fence. I know there's a lot of vacant land behind. Some more potatoes, a few horses roaming around. See the horses there just kind of hanging out, doing their thing. So this is, again, I would say, I don't know, somewhere around 10,000 square meters, whatever. That is in acres or hectares, or a more efficient measurement, unit of measurement. There's another little kind of oven thing there as well to do some cooking. So this place is pretty rocking, but only 50 grand. Only 50 grand. And look, you're probably paying overs, to be fair, because this place now has 3,000 people, but it's on the way down. It's just shrinking. And there's already some abandoned villages not far from this. This is like a township. And then from here, there's a whole lot of like smaller villages that are kind of nearby. And there's several that are just abandoned. There's just like maybe 4 or 5 old shacks that are just falling apart, and the old people died or moved in with their family or something, and they just end up abandoning these small towns. And even a town like this one, the same thing's going to happen here. It's going to be abandoned in your lifetime, probably. If you're a young guy looking at this, maybe in your 20s, thinking, oh, I might chuck 50K into this massive tourist property. Remember, it only yields $11 a night. And that's not including any costs associated with that, right? Running a website, cleaning, landscaping, $11 a night to host as many as 10 men in the room there. So the yield here is very, very modest, to be fair. And there's just, you can't develop it. I mean, why would you want to put maybe 20 or 30 houses on here? Who's going to buy it? There's vacant houses, there's abandoned houses all the way through the town. No one's going to buy it in a million years. So there's nothing down here. It's only convention and tradition that has people living here. No one's going to migrate here, right? So the land is pretty much worthless. I'm just in my accommodation, so this is all, literally, all this whole thing's mine somehow, through luck. I got this. But I just want to talk to you about some of this structural engineering, if you will, because this is like very typical of a corner. And if you're watching closely in some of my videos, when I was filming the houses at the villages, this is just some kind of outdoor structure there with some nice wooden things there. But if you look here, a lot of this corner here, a lot of houses are made like this, right? So you can see how they kind of cut in there and then cut in there, like a Lego structure. And actually, what happens with these is that because it's like that, you can actually pull the house apart and just move the house if you want to. So it's pretty cool design. I mean, obviously it's got its limits and whatever else, but a lot of houses I saw today walking around this little town here had this. And I was looking on the outside and I could only see kind of these two bits here, right? I didn't realise how they were connected, and I didn't bother at the time to investigate any further because it's other people's houses, but now I can see it's like geniuses. And you can see, just unpack it. Take this one off, put it in the horse and cart and carry it down the road and put it somewhere else. It's really interesting. Very clever. I've never seen this before coming out here.